Where did this boy come from?
I've already explained what's going on. He's staying here now. It is what it is.
I'm not taking in no child that's not mine that I didn't know about.
You're not taking in no child. We're married.
I don't know this little boy. We married, but when did this happen?
We're gonna get to know him. I'm trying to tell you, he's here now.
I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He 11. That little boy ain't gonna listen to me no way.
How you know that? Listen, we've been together for 13 years. Something has went down, and I have to get my son. It is what it is. He got to stay here now. You have to accept
No,
that.
this too soon. I don't think I can handle
soon?
this. I don't think that. No, this ain't right. This ain't
What's
right.
not right about it?
Everything ain't right. We've been together 13 years. Who is your mama, baby? Who is his mom? Who the mama?
That doesn't matter. You ain't
It does matter. This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout these years.
Yeah, but
I need to know who the mama is.
I never told you for a reason though.
What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody.
You didn't want kids. You didn't want nobody with kids, so I didn't want to mess up nothing. But now I have to put, you know what I'm saying, everything I do.
You know, the baby 11, we got together 13 years ago. So what, you just went and had a baby with somebody else?
No, it ain't nothing like that.
Oh, it's just like that. The boy is 11.
Listen, we took a break, right?
Yeah.
All right then, so things happened, and now he's here.
The break was only for a week, so you mean to tell me in that week that we took that break that you went and got somebody?
I'm trying to tell you, but listen, we need to focus.
So why didn't you tell me? I'm not taking in no child in my home.
I didn't tell you.
Because I didn't want a child. The boy is 11. That's not a good excuse.
Okay,
I don't take that.
Now we here.
Okay, and we here, and now you about to be gone.
Oh really?
Very really. Yeah, we can cut. I mean, I don't want to do this.
So you rather go through a whole divorce than taking my son?
This too much for me. It's too soon. It's too much. He too old. This too much.
He's 11 years old.
It's too much. And we 13 years in, and I'm just supposed to bring in some 11-year-old child.
Yeah, we can work at it. You can be a stepmom, can't you? Like I'm saying, like you married. That's what come with it.
I don't know if I can work at this. This
ain't it.
Nah, ain't what you mean is what I'm gonna do, and I mean
that I'm
gonna be.
All that through health and sickness, all that shit matter right now. What I'm trying to tell you. Now your vows matter right now. This is the time they matter. You understand that, right?
No, this too much.
How?
It's too much. I can't take this. It's a whole child. I don't even have children of my own with you, and you want me to bring in a child that's not mine, that's yours, that you kept from me?
So you want to throw away 13 years?
Yeah, we gonna have to throw this away. This too much. It's not for me. You handle your son. Do what you gotta do. Be a man. All that.
I'm gonna handle what I got to
handle. All that, but just do that. Do it without me.
If I gotta choose,
do that without me. You have to do that without me.
So that's it. You're not trying to discuss it no more. You ain't trying to figure out.
He ain't got no other family. What the rest of the family?
I'm his family.
Okay, but he probably got
my wife, right?
Yeah, and we got our family. He not my family. I don't know this boy. I don't know nothing about the boy.
Extension of your family. Like we're together.
So let me ask you something. So you just been, how long you known that you had this son?
Listen.
Since he was 11? You know him since the beginning?
Listen, we can talk.
You know him since the beginning?
Camera off on like.
I'm not turning on camera off nothing. I'm not turning off because.
Who business is this?
My business. My business. I'm gonna be looking at this.
So you saying? So all you saying is?
I need this for the courts.
You rather us not, you know what I'm saying, continue this marriage, or because I have a son?
He's 11.
So what?
You kept. If you can keep alive for 11 years, then you lie about anything.
It wasn't a lie.
That is a lie. Not telling me is a lie.
You didn't ask me.
I don't have to ask you. We married, remember?
Listen. Things happened, and I didn't feel like you was ready for all that. So it is what it is.
Who are you to tell me what I'm ready for?
Look how you acting now. What I tell
exactly. So if you would have told me sooner, I might have not reacted in this way.
You might not react that way. How that make sense?
What you mean? How that makes sense? I would have known sooner while he was a child, and I would have been like, oh, okay, this happened. I might be mad for the minute. So it happened when we weren't together.
You doing all this. We're 13 years and you doing all this because I brought my son home.
You brought an 11-year-old son home.
So if he was a baby, it'd be different.
It might have been different. We wasn't together when it so-called happened.
So
it might have been. You don't know because you didn't ask. You kept it a secret.
But he my son. He has to be here. Do you understand what I'm
saying? Okay, and then like I said, handle that. I don't want no parts of it. I'm sorry, baby. You seem like you're probably a little sweet, baby, but I don't want no parts of this. Okay, I'm sorry what happened to your mama. But you foul. This is foul.
That's you know what? It's all good. Come on.
It's a mouth. Yeah, it is. It is all good. Y'all can go.
Y'all
can go.
You fucking my wife.
And now I'm not. Y'all can go.
You right. I brought my son home. You gonna throw in 13 years.
13 years. We'll talk about it when we get with the lawyers.
Why can't you be an adult about it?
I'm being an adult. This is an adult decision.
Wow. Come on.
Right. Yeah. Bye. Bye.
That's wild. You wild for this.
No, you wild. You wild.
All because I brought my son.
You heard what I said.
I'm saying, who you recording for though?
For the court, because we're gonna get into the divorce.
It's okay.
For the court, thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Why are you coming all outside?
Because I can.
Bye.
Goodbye.
For what?
Goodbye. I'm just seeing y'all off.
I brought my son home. You put my wife, and you like, oh no.
I'm just seeing y'all off. Goodbye.
You seeing us off?
Yes. Goodbye. I know it is. It's all good. This is crazy. I ain't never had it. It's crazy. 13 years and a boy he come from nowhere.
This is the first time me and my wife. You come here and you just acting all belligerent for what?
What do you mean for what?
We can
I don't
talk
know
about
him.
it. Why do you gotta have the camera
At
on?
this
Who you
moment, I
finna-
feel like I don't even know you.
Right.
Because
Now you
keeping
don't
a lie
know-
like
I'm
that,
telling you.
ain't no telling what else you lied to me
I
about.
ain't lying about nothing else. This was not a...
They're bad business, Dino.
Wow, okay. Come on, man.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Talk to me.
Goodbye.
Don't listen. Don't try to fix it later.
Ain't bitch, you gotta take care of your baby.
Right, okay. All right, some wife you are.
Oh, okay. It's cool.
Wow. Rise and shine, family. We're going to run this right back, but before I do, for any of you out here who are saying, man, that's gaslighting, you would be absolutely correct. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self-doubt and confusion in their victims' minds. Typically, gaslighters are seeking to gain power and control over the other person by distorting reality and forcing them to question their own judgment and intuition. But you have to add this to it. Emotional invalidation. The act of dismissing or rejecting someone's thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. It says to someone, your feelings don't matter, your feelings are wrong. Emotional invalidation can make you feel unimportant or irrational. So, we're gonna play this back. I want you to consider both of those words I gave you, both of those definitions I gave you. Let's go.
Where did this boy come from?
I've already explained what's going on. He's staying here now. It is what it is.
I'm not taking in no child that's not mine.
Where did this boy come from, she asks. He says, I already explained it, but I'll explain it again, I guess because she has the camera. So if she's gonna get a divorce, now's the time to go ahead and document. I can understand why she has this camera, okay? So she needs him to say it again for the camera. All right, so let's go.
I didn't know about.
You're not taking in no child. We're married.
I don't know this little boy. We married, but when did this happen?
You want to get to know him. I'm trying to tell you, he's here now.
What do you mean you're not taking in this child? We married. That's to assume that just because you are married to someone, you got to put up with them bringing home a child after 11 years that they didn't even tell you about. So they cheated on you. And now because they're married, they got to put up with it. This is invalidation and this is gaslighting. Let's continue.
Here now.
I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He 11. That little boy ain't going to listen to me no way.
How you know that? Listen, we've been together for 13 years. Something has went down and I have to get my son. It is what it is.
I know a lot of you are going to say she's being insensitive in front of the child, but keep in mind, she is reacting to a child being exposed to her after 11 years of lies. I would also say she was overreacting. However, she didn't ask for the situation to occur. He walked into this room with this child, and this is how he brought the news to her. Now, wouldn't you say it'd be better if he comes to her alone and sit down and have a conversation with his wife of 13 years? So the child don't have to hear this. This is not a child's conversation. So that man right there that you see is responsible for this child, being that he is the father. Don't know where the mother is right now. Something tragic may have happened, but he is now responsible for that child, and he's not doing a good job of that. He has the child standing right here beside him, exposing him to this conversation. The moment that she wasn't happy with this, even if he made the mistake of presenting this child up front like this, the moment that he saw that she was upset with it, he should have said, son, can you go in there and sit on the sofa? And he should have closed the door and sat down and had an adult conversation with his wife. But he wants to have this conversation in front of the son. You understand? So a lot of you guys will say she is very inappropriate and she is overreacting. It's only overreacting because his son is sitting right there or standing right there. Right now, if it was just them two, everything that she is saying is valid. Every silly question that she asks, everything that she says is absolutely valid right now because this should be an adult conversation. We're not going to sit here and say she's wrong for how she's reacting when he came in her face with this child. Pause. But let's continue.
Son, you got to stay here now. You have to accept
No,
that.
this too soon. I don't think
How
I can
too
handle
soon?
this. I don't think that. No, this ain't right. This ain't
What's
right.
not right about it? I'm his
Everything.
father.
She does not have to accept that. And if you could accept that, you could go to her with some dignity. You could go to her with some humility, and you can apologize for your actions instead of trying to tell somebody that they don't have a reason to leave you alone, that they're doing something wrong. You see, this is the mistake we make. We can't ever just be genuine to somebody. No point in here does he say, I'm absolutely sorry. You are correct. I can understand the depth of my mistakes. I love you. I am willing to correct this. If you will allow me, please, baby, can we stay together and work on this relationship? And if she says no, you can't shame her. That's her decision, man. Let's continue.
I'm his
Everything
father.
ain't right. We've been together 13 years. Who is your mama, baby? Who is his mom? Who the
That
mama?
doesn't matter. You need to
It
ask why I
does
never
matter.
told you.
This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout the.
Invalidation. Who's the mother? It doesn't matter. You don't get to say that. You could say, I'm willing to express and tell you everything you need to know, baby. But right now, I need you to meet my son. Now, again, that's because the son's standing there. that I would even say something like that. You know, but he's already created this situation and now we in it. So if we in it now, I'd say, I will explain all that to you later. But that's a question that if she wants to know, she wants to know, even though it's kind of irrelevant right here. But let's continue.
Throughout these years,
Yeah, but
I need to know who the mama is.
I never told you for a reason though.
What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody.
You didn't want kids. You didn't want nobody with kids, so I didn't want to mess up nothing. But now I have to put, you know what I'm saying, everything I do.
So you hear that, right? I didn't tell you. I was trying not to tell you. Why wouldn't you tell me? Because I didn't have kids. Let me make sure I got that right.
Who is his mom? Who the mama?
That doesn't matter. You didn't even
It
ask why I
does
even
matter.
told you.
This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout these years.
Yeah, but
I need to know who the mama is.
I never told you for a reason though.
What's the reason? You don't
Right. I never told you for a reason. And what was the reason?
keep a child from nobody.
You didn't want kids. You didn't want nobody with kids, so I didn't want to mess up nothing. But now I have to put.
I ain't want to mess up nothing. So I'm going to lie to you because I know if you find out, you won't put up with it. That's having low character. You're acting very, what's the word for it? Pusillanimous. Yeah, the short word for that is you know what. But the long word for that is pusillanimous, meaning lacking confidence or being timid. Yeah, you scared. You scared of the truth. You got a whole baby out here. You didn't say nothing because you know she didn't want kids. Should that be the reason, or should you tell her because it's the truth and allow her to make that decision? Let's continue.
But now I have to put, you know what I'm saying, everything I do.
You know, the baby 11. We got together 13 years ago. So what you just went and had a baby with somebody else?
No, it ain't nothing like that.
Oh, it's just like that. The boy is 11.
Listen, we took a break, right?
Yeah.
All right then, so things happen.
I hate to pause it every time he gaslights, but he said it ain't nothing like that. It is absolutely like that. You went and had a baby with somebody else. You don't have to carry for 9 months to participate, sir. You just got to do the act. So the fact is, yes, you did. What you mean? It ain't nothing like that. It's absolutely like that. It's at least something like that. I mean, come on now. When you do this, the person that you're doing this to feels unloved, unheard, unappreciated, because you won't even accept accountability for their reality, for the reality you created for them. Shit's sad because you asking to still stay in their life, but you pretending like what you just did to them ain't that heavy. Let's continue.
Things happen, and now he's here.
The break was only for a week, so you mean to tell me in that week that we took that break that you went and got somebody?
I'm trying to tell you, but listen, we need to focus.
So why didn't you tell me? I'm not taking it no time.
Yo, what's with these breaks, man? Is that what y'all think? Y'all can have vows with each other, go on a break, sleep with whoever, and get back together? Is that what y'all think? I hear this in paternity court. I hear this in couples court. Now I'm hearing it from them. We was on a break. Man, that don't mean go screw somebody else. Man, what is wrong with y'all? You know when you do that, that creates paternity issues, right? Man, y'all gotta be kidding me. So the person's supposed to forgive you because you did it when y'all was on a break. You give up your body that easy, and they're supposed to forgive you because y'all was on a break. That's nuts, man. Let's continue.
Told you why I didn't tell you.
Because I didn't want a child. The boy is 11. That's not a good excuse.
Okay,
I don't take
now
that.
we here.
Okay, and we here, and now you about to be gone.
Oh, really?
Very really. Yeah, we can cut. I mean, I don't want to do this.
So you rather go through a whole divorce than taking my son?
This too much for me.
So you rather go through a whole divorce than take in my son. Now let's say she already knew he had a son, and then something happened to the mother, and the child has to come live with the father. Then you could say that, but she just found out. So it's not, no, you'd rather do a divorce than take on my son. No. Oh, so you want a divorce because I lied to you for 11 years and covered up a whole child. It's not only what I've done to you. You just realized I'm the type of person who will cover up my own son. What is that doing to him? Yo, who want to be with somebody with that low of character? It's not because you don't want to take in your child. Let's continue.
It's too soon. It's too much. He too old. It's too much.
You're 11 years old.
It's too much. And we 13 years in, and I'm just supposed to bring in some 11-year-old child.
Yeah, we can work at it. You can be a stepmom, can't you? Like I'm saying, like you married. That's what come with it.
I don't know if I can work at this. This
ain't it.
Mean? Ain't what you mean is what I'm gonna do, and I
death
mean
do
what
us
I'm
part,
gonna be.
all that through health and sickness, all that shit matter right now.
So now let me remind you of the vows that I completely forgot during our break. See how it makes no sense? Did you care about the vows whenever you was cheating 11 years ago? Did you care when you was covering up for 11 years? Did you care about our vows? What about honesty? Did you care? Now it's like, what about our vows? Like, so she's supposed to push her heart to the side, overlook what he did because of some promises? Man, you gotta be kidding me, man. The things people say. Where is I'm sorry? Where is I was absolutely wrong? Where is that? Let's continue.
I'm trying to tell you. Now your vows matter right now. This is the time they matter. You understand that, right?
No, this too much.
How?
It's too much. I can't take this. It's a whole child. I
So you
don't
saying-
have children of
so you
my
wanna
own
throw away
with you,
13
and you want me
years?
to bring in a child that's
So you
not
wanna throw away
mine,
13
that's
years?
yours, that you kept.
So you want to throw away 13 years. Is that what she's doing, or is that what he did? See, that whole 11 years that he was lying added another year to the years he was throwing away by disrespecting this person to this degree. You can't shame this person and tell them they're throwing it away. It's not like she came to you and said, look, I just don't feel for you like I did before. So you're going to throw away 13 years? I can understand that then. But this is something you did to her. You don't get to raise that question. You gotta, at that moment, you gotta validate how the person feels and understand what they did, what you did to them. They're people, they're human. You don't get to say what you're saying don't matter because I got this thing to say. And notice he's so heartless the whole time. It's like he's arguing with somebody that he just did wrong. Why is he arguing? Let's continue.
You wanna throw away 13
That's
years?
yours, that you kept from me.
So you want to throw away 13 years?
Yeah, we gonna have to throw this away. This too much. It's not for me. You handle your son, do what you gotta do, be
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
man,
handle,
all
I'm
that.
gonna handle what I got to
All
handle.
that,
I'm
but
not
just
gonna-
do
I'm not
that.
gonna-
Do it
if I
without me.
choose, if I gotta
You gonna have to
choose,
do that
yeah.
without me.
That's absolutely right. Handle your son. At this point, you know you have a responsibility that you have to take care of immediately, and that is your child. She said she didn't want to put up with it. Take your son, man, and go on somewhere. You can get with her later after she's calmed down. And this time, trying to have an adult conversation, a rational conversation where you listen to what she has to say and actually respond to what she is saying. Not insults, shame, guilt, and a need to be right. It's childish. You can't get nowhere with nobody doing that, man. He don't even act like he understand what he did. He ain't even being accountable to what he did. We was on a break. That's exactly words that somebody say when they don't want to be accountable. Let's continue.
You have to do that without me.
That's it. You're not trying to discuss it no more. You ain't trying to figure out.
He ain't got no other family. What the rest of the family?
I'm
at?
his family. You
Okay,
his
but he
family.
probably
You my
got
wife,
grandma.
right?
I hate that she asked that. I absolutely hate that she asked that if he could go stay with some other family. Right now, he needs his father. Now, she needs to respect that he has a duty now. You don't gotta want to be with him. You don't have to want to be with him. That's completely understandable. But if your reason is because he's lied to you for 11 years and he will cover up his child for 11 years and you don't want to be with somebody like that, let your reason be your reason. The more reasons that you name, you start to look a little selfish here, a little inconsiderate here. Like I'll stay with somebody who will lie and manipulate my ass for 11 years if he let this kid go stay somewhere else. And I will be with a man that has children, even though I didn't want to be with a man that has children or any children of my own, as long as his child lives with somebody else. Nah, man, that's cold-blooded. Let your reasons be your reasons. I wish she had not said that. It just sounds heartless. Go let him live with somebody else. No, you handle your responsibility as a man. That's it. And I'm stepping to the side. I'm not gonna be with you no matter what you do right now. This is not an ultimatum. This is not me giving you a choice. This is me telling you I'm done with you. That's what this is. Now go be a great dad. What you mean? Let's continue.
Yeah, and we got our family. He not my family. I don't know this boy. I don't know nothing about the
An extension
boy.
of your family. Like we're together.
So let me ask you something. So you just been, how long you known that you had this son?
Listen.
Since he was
we
11?
listen,
You know him
listen,
since the beginning?
Listen, we can talk
You know
about
him
all
since the
this.
beginning?
Camera off on like when
I'm not turning on camera.
Yeah, he knew. And see, that changes everything. See, if he just found out that he had a child, okay, he cheated. Okay, they were on a break, as they call it. He didn't cover it up for 11 years. Okay, he found out, he comes to you like a man, not willing to cover it up. Respectable. It's an 11-year-old mistake. Y'all said y'all was in and out, falling in and out. That's something different she can put up with. But you've been covering it up. How long you known you don't want to say nothing? I tell you, we could do all that talking later off camera. Nah, how long? That actually matters. That's big time. That's what I mean. I think he's known this whole time. I would ask the child, how long have you known your father? How in the world could he cover up a relationship with his son for 11 years? How inactive could he have been that she didn't have a damn clue? Come on, man, that's pathetic. Let's continue.
No camera off, nothing.
Camera off,
I'm not turning up because
Who business is this?
My
Our
business.
business.
My business. I'm gonna be looking at this.
So you saying? So all you saying? So,
I need this for the courts,
You rather
'cause-
us not, you know what I'm saying, continue this marriage, or because I have a son?
He's a.
All because I have a son. So it's just because you have a son? Don't invalidate, man. Don't gaslight. It is not just because you have a son. And if she's listening really closely, she'll have to argue with all that little nuanced shit when the end result is, I just don't want to be with you. Turn around and walk out the door. Don't try and shame me. You gonna do this in this? You gonna do this in this? After 11 years, you gonna throw this away? Oh, really? It's gonna be like that? Yo, what is she doing wrong by making a decision? to be better than that, to say I deserve better than that. Let's continue.
11.
So what?
If you can keep alive for 11 years, then you lie about anything.
It wasn't a lie.
That is a lie. Not telling me is a lie.
You didn't ask me.
I don't have to.
Like, you hear that shit? You didn't ask me. You didn't ask me. So it's just sitting around watching TV one day, you're supposed to just say, by any chance, do you have a child out there that you know about but you covering up, that you could tell me about just off the spot of me asking you? You didn't ask me. You didn't tell me. You are lying when you cover it up, family. You're lying when you cover it up. That's crazy. Let's continue.
Ask you, we married, remember?
Listen. Things happened, and I didn't feel like you was ready for all that. So it is what it is.
Who are you to tell me what I'm ready for?
Look how you acting now. What I tell you?
See, it ain't nothing but counter moves from this guy. Nothing but counter moves. She catches him in one. I didn't tell you yet because I didn't think you could handle it. So you playing God? Who are you to try to withdraw something because you don't know how I'll take it and you did something to me? You don't lie to me. That's mess. That's cold-blooded. I ain't signed up for that. He gonna come back with, look how you acting now. So, okay, so you did know that it was the wrong time. Man, you bastard. Of course I'm not gonna like what you're doing. Of course I'm gonna react in a certain way. That's a reason to lie though? And that's what she caught you on the first time. And you're gonna keep flipping it up. Well, at least I was right. Look at you. Look at what you put me through because I've been lying to you for 11 years. Look at what you're doing. This is crazy. Let's continue.
Exactly. So if you would have told me sooner, I might have not reacted in this way.
You might not react that way. How that make sense?
I might.
Invalidating. If you had told me sooner, I may have not reacted this way. You wouldn't react that way. How that make sense? You're not trying to have a conversation. You're not trying to have a conversation at all.
What you mean how that makes sense? I would have known sooner while he was a child and I would have been like, oh, okay, this happened. I might be mad for the minute.
So
it happened when we weren't together.
You're doing all this. We're 13 years and you're doing all this because I brought my son home.
You brought an 11-year-old son.
See how he just reduced that? And you doing all this just because I brought my son home. So after all these years, you doing all of this. You mean breaking up? You mean making a decision that suits her best well-being? Let's continue.
Oh.
So if he was a baby, it'd be different.
It might have been different. We wasn't together when it so-called happened.
What does that
So it
mean?
might have been. You don't know because you didn't ask. You kept it a secret.
But he my son. He has to be here. Do you understand what I'm
Okay, well, and then like I said,
But he your son. He was your son when you was keeping him a secret. You kept your son a secret? Come on, bruh. You don't think that's also a reason why she want to be done with your ass? You a liar. You a demon. You been sitting here lying for 11 years, got a whole son that you didn't say nothing about. On the flip side, wouldn't you be mad if she tricked the baby on your ass and you found out after 11 years? Wouldn't you be pissed off? And if you wanted to walk away and say, forget both of y'all, you could. And wouldn't they shame you? You gonna just put me and my son out because we lied to you, because I lied to you? Wouldn't they shame you? And wouldn't you feel hurt by that? Same shit, different day. Let's continue.
handle that. I don't want no parts of it. I'm sorry, baby. You seem like you're probably a little sweet, baby, but I don't want no parts of this. Okay, I'm sorry what happened to your mama. But you foul. This is foul.
See, I appreciate her telling the child she's sorry for what she has to say in front of him, sorry for his mother, but then she goes right back to arguing in front of him. Now look, in the beginning, he walks to you with his son, you're angry, she loses it. I can give her a break on everything that happened before this point, because now she's okay. A person that was completely invisible, you now see him in the room, your consciousness now went to them. I'm sorry, don't want to put you through this, I understand, but I don't want to go through this. Right there, she should have said, will you take him out of here so we can keep talking, so we can have this conversation privately? But she goes right back to yelling at him. So she's aware of the situation and she's still willing to talk like this in front of the son. So she has to take some responsibility for the damage she's causing this little boy right now too, because she recognized him for being there. She could hold her peace and say, I'm not having this conversation with you in front of your son. At least at this point, that responsibility is ultimately on him, but she recognized he was there. And as an adult, we all got to look out for these kids. No, regardless how difficult the conversation is, it is not an excuse to be toxic, family. Let's continue.
That's you know what? It's all good. Come on, man.
It's a mouth. Yeah, it is. It is all good.
Because-
Y'all can go.
because
Y'all can go.
You fucking my wife.
And now I'm not. Y'all can go.
I see, even right there, he said, come on, son, we're going to head out. And then she wants to start following behind him. Let him leave. You said you want him to go. He's leaving. I understand you in your emotions. And sometimes you can be so in your emotions that, you can't even let a person leave the room even when you're mad at them. It just happens. And I think this is what it is. She is so enraged, she just can't let him walk out the door. Let's continue.
Because I brought my son home. You're going to throw him 13 years.
13 years. We'll talk about it when we get to with the lawyers.
Why can't you be an adult about it?
I'm being an adult. This is an adult decision.
See, why can't you be an adult? Like, because she don't want to be with you and it ain't going your way, she's not being an adult? What in the world? It's insulting. At some point, you got to see the pain in her face, respond to the damage that you caused. But people like this, they only think about themselves, man. It's sad. And it makes you question, like, it's like, do you even love me? In that moment, you'll be thinking, you even love me? But truth is, they love the experience of you. What he's reacting to right now is he does not like his experience of her. So he's not reacting like he's very much in love, right? You got to understand it's a big difference. Somebody can love you as much as their senses will allow them. I mean, taste, touch, see, sight, smell, all that stuff. Because they enjoy how you make them feel. But when it comes to the external part of love, how you treat somebody, the outward expression of love, many people don't know how to apply that. You know, the type of love where you don't cheat on a motherfucker. That type of love. The type of love where you make moves with their best interest in heart and their honor in mind, their respect, their dignity, recognizing boundaries, trying to make somebody's life better. That type of love. Not just, you know, you eat it because it tastes good. You understand? My brother always say he likes salmon. He loves salmon, he says. If you love salmon, you be trying to protect salmon. Oh, you love how salmon tastes, so you'll eat the salmon. Guys, you got to understand, we place love, we pedestalize love as if it's the highest emotion. It's an emotion that brings about understanding, just like every other emotion. You can love somebody while you're deleting them. Yeah, someone can cause complete havoc to somebody else and enjoy the act of doing that. Yeah, you've seen children be harmed by people, women be harmed by people, and that act, when the perpetrator did that to them, they enjoyed doing it. They loved doing that. So let's not put love so high. You understand? When it comes to the senses, that type of love, somebody can be doing you completely evil, and it feel good to them. Do you understand? So you got to recognize when you have this type of relationship with a person, they can be real nice to you when everything's good, but even when they hurt you, they can't respond to you. And it's simply because they don't love their experience. They're only responding how they feel, how you make them feel. You understand? This person might turn into hating you just because you wouldn't put up with their shit. You've seen it, guys. You get mad at the girl, break up with her because she did something wrong to you and she tried to destroy your shit in your life. But they did you wrong. Why is it that attitude? Ladies, a guy has done you wrong, cheated on you. You leaving, and now he destroying your stuff, trying to hurt you, speaking bad on your name. Why? You did me wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Come on.
Right, yeah, bye. Bye.
That's wild. You wild for this.
No, you wild.
You wild.
You wild.
All because I brought my son.
You heard what I said.
I'm saying, who you recording for though?
For the court, because we're going to get into the divorce.
It's okay.
For the court, thank you.
That ain't
Have a
you,
good
nothing. What you
day.
mean?
Have a good day.
It's all good.
Have a good
It's all
day.
good. Why you coming all outside?
Because I can.
For
Bye.
what?
Goodbye.
For what? For what? For what?
Goodbye. I'm just
What?
seeing y'all. Goodbye.
Yeah, no need in going outside. Just let him go. Let him go. You don't want him in your life, let him go. No need to follow him outside. What's the point of that? But again, you're enraged at this point. Let's continue.
I brought my
Goodbye.
son home. We put my wife, and you
And
like,
I'm
oh
just
no,
seeing
because
y'all off. Goodbye.
you seeing us off.
Yes, goodbye.
It's all good.
I know it is. It's all good.
He's like, I brought my son home and you supposed to be my wife and you won't. Dude, you know what wife entails? Did she cheat on you? Did she do you dirty? That's when you can say she ain't being a wife. But you can't say somebody ain't being a wife or a husband because they don't want to put up with the damn child you brought home from somebody else when you betrayed the damn vows yourself. You wasn't nothing like no damn husband, bruh. Let's continue.
This is crazy. I ain't never had. It's crazy. 13 years and a boy he come from nowhere.
This is the first time me
He
and my
came
wife,
from
and you come
nowhere.
here and you just acting all belligerent for what?
What do you mean for what?
And this right here puts bad ideas in the son's mind. This is my son's first time meeting my wife, and you acting all belligerent for what? Like she don't have a right to be upset. Hopefully the son has enough awareness to realize, like, man, she ain't just acting belligerent for nothing. You didn't tell her about me for all these years, daddy. I mean, come on, how you expect the lady to act? I ain't mad at that lady for how she was acting. I ain't blaming her for nothing that she said. Hopefully the little boy can understand that, otherwise he'd be hurt at this situation, likely thinking that she's the bad person or mean. Because now it's like he's like, it's my first time trying to shame her. So that's the first time you met, dude, you did that. The first time your son met your wife, you brought him over to tell him you had a son. Right in front of him. And you acting all belligerent for what? For what? The reason is you lied. What you mean for what? They'll just play you, man. Let's continue.
What do you mean for what?
We can
I don't
talk
know
about
him.
it. Why do you gotta have a camera
At
on?
this
Who
moment,
you
I
finna-
feel like I don't even know you.
Right.
Because
Now you
keeping
don't
a
know
lie
me.
like
I'm
that,
telling you.
ain't no telling what else you lied to me
I
about.
ain't lying about nothing else. This was not a...
They're bad business, Dino.
Wow, okay. Come on, man.
Yeah. Goodbye.
It's all good.
Goodbye.
Don't listen. Don't try to fix it later.
Ain't bitch, you gotta take care of your baby.
Right, okay. Right.
That might be the worst thing he done said. Don't try and fix it later, dude. You have to repair this relationship. You got a lot of work to do if you want to keep this relationship. What you mean she got to fix it? Don't try and fix it later. Man, you caused everything that you seeing right here. Talk about inaccountability, man. This is nutty. Let's continue.
Oh, okay. It's cool.
Then he ends it with, some wife you are. What do you mean some wife she is? Did she cheat on you, bro? No, you cheated on her. So it's actually some husband you are. But somehow she's not a good wife because she didn't put up with you bringing her child here after 11 years of lying to her. How can you shame her like that? That's ridiculous, man. Yo, guys, I want to say I respect that the guy is going to take care of his son. So first and foremost, I give him a hand clap for not trying to send his son somewhere else and continue to avoid the real issue, okay? But I got to get on him for hiding this for 11 years. What you doing to your son that you covering him up? Like, man, you got have enough pride and love for your son that you don't cover him up for 11 years. That's terrible. And now because of unfortunate circumstance, you have to now be responsible. But it's like you showed up just to manipulate, so she couldn't really react how she wanted to with the child. Well, that didn't go his way. He shamed her. So it's just so many things that he did in this video. He's leaving angry. He's leaving angry. How do you justify that? You broke somebody's heart and you're mad at them? That's one of the things I really never understood, how somebody can do you wrong and get mad at you for getting mad at them. That's crazy. They'll get mad at you for going through their phone when you caught them cheating by going through their phone. They'll get mad at you for breaking up with them. Like, it's nuts, man. Literally try to destroy you because you breaking up with them because you don't want to be with them. This man is leaving with an attitude. Nah, man, you're supposed to be leaving humble. You know you're wrong. That's why you should be leaving humbled. You should have requested that you can continue the relationship, and you should have apologized for the damage you caused and your actions. You did none of that. How can a person forgive you and you're not even trying to be forgiven? You're just trying to justify what you did. How? That's a broken thing. And that's why I say you're talking to a devil. You're talking to a demon. These type of people cannot utter those words. They cannot be humble. They don't have it in them. They can only just argue with your ass. Recognize it when you see it, man. It's not so much the cheating. It's not so much the cheating 11 years ago on the so-called break. It's the covering it up for 11 years. You know, you choosing every time to just not tell her. You got to think, man, for this other person, put yourself in their shoes. It's not going to be easy to trust you. And if they don't want to go through that, if they don't want to turn into a person and see what they look like dealing with somebody when they don't trust them, let them walk away. Understand that they don't want to be around that. It's a shame that you would shame that you would try and make them feel like something's wrong with them. That's wild. Wow, he's completely wrong. The video I got this from, I saw in the comments, people were saying that she was wrong for how she handled it. She should stay with him. It's a marriage. You don't break up a marriage that easy. Listen, if they had children together, I could understand if she wanted to stay, but if she wanted to go, I wouldn't argue with it. I would never tell somebody they have to stay in a situation that is bad for them, their mentality, because it's a lot at stake. That person needs to respect boundaries. They need to understand that stuff, man. You can't cross boundaries, break rules, break vows, and then expect the other person to care about the stakes when you didn't. That is unreal. Yo, if they put up with it, then they got to deal with a husband who lie. If they put up with it, they got to deal with a wife who lie. That got to be their reality because they got kids with you. Man, if you don't want that to be your reality of not having your kids with you and co-parenting, honor the vows that you commit to. And don't shame a person for not wanting to deal with you after you break the damn vows. How are you going to remind somebody of vows that you broke? Tell them that they're important right now. Bruh, if they're important, acknowledge and validate what she is saying to you. When she says to you, I feel like I don't even know you anymore, don't say, oh, you don't feel like you know me no more? What? Say, I can understand how you feel. I lied to you. I've lied to you for 11 years, but I'm willing to do whatever I can do to repair this relationship. I mean, be real, be genuine, have a contrite heart. And if you don't do that, you have to understand that it didn't just end because of the things you did. It ended because of how you responded. and you couldn't be accountable to it. Nobody want to deal with somebody who can't be accountable when they fuck up. Nobody. That's it, family. Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you find yourself. Guys, know that our actions affect these children. It's not just us out here. Stop living your life just to self-soothe, just to self-please, because you could be destroying the life of your future self. All right? Peace.